Oh, you need to first know who is representing you. I'm from Bauchi State. My senator is Sowore. He is the current senator that once said if he is in power, they will make a legislation that will make the president stay in office forever. If you guys can remember, it was trending. That was my senator. Now, I'm lucky to work in the National Assembly as a legislative aide. I understood how legislation is done, which was part of what prompted me to come out and vie for office. Not because I want to have cars like Dino, but I realized these people are no different from any one of us. They are just there. Yes. Now, another thing again to understand is that saying we should digitalize the National Assembly, Asara reporters have been doing a lot so far, attacking the institution as a whole. Budget trackers and all of. You see, Nigerians need to understand one thing. If you say a senator should have an email address, he doesn't read it. There's an aide that receives the emails. He decides which email goes. All a senator can care to do maybe is when a petition is brought from somebody in his constituency that says, I work with the Nigerian police, I was sacked inappropriately without my permission or stuff. That's when he comes to the Senate, lay a petition and say, one of the member of my constituency has done this or has done that. Or when he goes for constituency project to distribute keke napers or to distribute tailoring machines, that is where Nigerians say we are engaging them. So I call on, should I say, people concerned, civil society organizations that are pushing that these people should have functioning email address. I think more concern should be on their legislative aid. I was once there. They are the ones that read those emails. They are the ones that reply. He said it. He said, for example, I think who will tweet the video is. He was not the one that tweeted it. No, that's a fact. So we can't have those BScs. We can't go to school for nothing. I feel the Nigerian youth are still need to understand that the difference between us and them, I like to use that word, is that we are more enlightened. We are more exposed. So holding government accountable starts with an individual. In Game of Thrones, the movie, someone said knowledge is power. The other lady said power is power. Seize him, cut his neck. He has all the knowledge, but she has the power. So we have that power too, to actually always disturb them till they realize that we know what we want and they bring it down to us.
We'll come into questions just shortly, but Toye, I'll throw this question to you. We seem to talk almost to Nigerians, a very valid point that Suleiman made, that in his constituency, who's on Facebook, who's doing the social media influencing, and that discordant conversation at times, we tend to forget that there are millions of Nigerians who are illiterate, for lack of a better word, who live in the rural areas, who are not on social media, who may not get these messages of all the campaigns and the advocacies that we do on social media, and who do listen to the mishai and who listen to the gossip and all the neighborhood things. How do we bridge that gap? Because there is something to be gained from social media, but we cannot completely ignore those who are not on social media, who are many more than the people who are even on social media, and still push the message of holding governments accountable to them. How do we bridge that gap when it looks like we're talking to two different Nigerians and we need to speak two different types of languages?
Thank you. I mean, this, in terms of reaching out to individuals who are at the very corner. Now, you can as well do some form of advocacy, you can as well do some form of town hall meetings and all that. Because truly, when we look at the voting patterns, 51% of these individuals are students. Now, this 51% I can assure you on social media. Now, reaching out to them is a good thing. It's a fantastic idea. However, my challenge with those 51% is their inability to do more critical thinking. more deeply on the country that they live in. So it's not just like, Sowore said again, it's not just to be literate, it's about educating yourself and, asking yourself what really matters to you. Then secondly, going back to those people who really don't have access to social media, we can reach them through the town hall meetings and have advocacy meetings with, like me, for instance. I've been going around, I have 12 wards I must visit. And in the 12 wards, I've had town hall meetings with them, trying to, make them understand some of the challenges that, they're facing and all that. I also realized that, Abuja, the so-called big Abuja that everybody knows, is run by small businesses. That is what runs the economy of Abuja. So it's the market woman, it's the man who owns a shop, it's the man who owns a plaza, who's selling clothes and all that. It's the guy who is selling his chai and tea and all those things. Those are the people that run the economy of Abuja. Now, those people, however, do not know or do not realize that every day the government, as it is now, not federal government, the municipal government, every day is harassing them out of their businesses. Now, these same guys, when you go and meet them and say, look, do you know this thing, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, they don't know. Talk to them and talk with them. How many, like he said, how many of us know who our senators are? How many of us know who our House of Rep candidates or House of Rep members are? How many of us know who the chairman is? In Abuja, we found out that 90% of the people we spoke to did not know who the chairman of the municipal area council is. We went out and we asked questions. Who is this guy? They don't know. They just know the office, but they don't know the individual.
So how do they vote? How do they associate an individual candidate or a party?
I'll throw some numbers for you. Now, in the last election, the municipal area council had a total vote of about less than 100,000 votes out of a voter population of about 920,000. Now, it's a big challenge. Now, these guys are the ones that take, the municipal takes care of, your immediate environment, sanitation, water, roads, markets, parks, and all that. They take, tenement rates and all those things. Now, the reason why is, and I'll also say this, Abuja is a cosmopolitan city, yet underdeveloped. So you have a lot of big houses, you have a lot of massive roads and all that, but yet the individuals who live in Abuja, a lot of them are underdeveloped. So when reaching out to those people and say, oh, look, you have to do something, oh, I didn't know, oh, I would like to know. So what my candidacy has done is to shed a lot of light on the municipality. And so I also speak to young people that, look, we need to go back to the grassroots and reach out to them. Some of them don't know actually. So it's good we're on social media, it's good that we speak on social media, but at the same time we need to take the message down to them. That's my thinking. And it's a two-way. So you're building on social media, you're also building at the grassroots level. Yeah.
All right, Elizabeth, my final question to the panel before we go to questions. So we've talked about the social media angle, we've talked about recall, lack of, but then another part of holding government accountable is citizens feeling invested in the democratic process. And I know many people, even here, are apathetic to the democratic process in Nigeria. We don't feel like we're getting the dividends of democracy. We don't feel like our voices are being heard. We don't feel like the issues that are necessary are being taken care of. So when you have someone who's apathetic, there's definitely going to be a reluctance to even get involved. How do we talk to those who are apathetic and get them to stand up and get involved in the process to also becoming somebody who holds governments accountable?
Thank you. I always speak of my constituency. I was telling His Excellency earlier on, I am coming from a very disadvantaged place. You can't get them on radio. They don't have televisions, few of them. And the local government headquarters have television. There's no light, no electricity, no network. How do you get to this place? I went for campaign in the place. We went to some extent with a car, then we picked a bike, then the rest of the way we had to trek. There was no road. But I was determined to get to them at the grassroots. I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to feel what they were feeling. I want to see how they live. So when we got there, they came out and saw us. They were initially reluctant, but at the point they began to come out in mass, they came plenty. Then the head of the clan told us that 2019, they have decided they were not going to vote for anybody. But seeing that I was new and I was young, they felt I have something different, and that is why they are out. That I should please keep my promise. So now, the thing we need to do is to go get them from the grassroots and sensitize them, because they can hardly be reached. So to bring them out, you get to some places, there are no schools. The children, they wake up in the morning, they go to the farm, they come back, they eat and sleep. And that is what they do till they grow, mature, get married, and their children continue. So, with these few months, I've had a lot of experience. I've met people and I've gone to places. Now, it is easy for Tonya to say that most of the youth are on social media. But for me, it's a different ball game altogether. The people from my constituency that stays in the metropolitan, their PVC is for that place, not from the village. So they vote where they live. So the people that are going to vote for me are mostly illiterate. So they don't have access to what you have access to. So you need to talk to them. Now, we have to make a logo, a specimen, a dummy of the
ballot paper.
No, dummy of
ballot paper.
Ballot paper, sorry. To show them, educate them on how to vote. They don't know. If you don't take your time to educate them, they make the papers invalid because they can go and vote in between or vote on two spaces like that.
Okay, I'll stop you right here. I didn't know the time signal I got was very short. Let's start with just 3 very quick. We are not doing contributions. I'm asking solely for questions, and I'm very specific. Your name and straight to the question, or I will move on. Nigerians in microphone is like this. We have a lot of it. So please, let's respect the panelists and let's respect others here. 3 questions, your name and your question, please straight to the point. The young lady here, the young lady back there, can I, and the gentleman in front here.
Good morning, my name is Samia, I'm a student. So I just want to ask that when it comes to the voting situation, what is body doing about making it a more conducive situation? Because I have my PVC and I know what I suffered to get that PVC, and then to collect it, and then when you want to the actual voting day to go come pick you. For me to collect my PVC, I had to wake up at 6 o'clock 3 times, and I still met the queue. And they just told me, they had to tell me, if you are serious about this thing, wake up as early and get here as early as 4 o'clock. And it's not safe. I can't be at that place by 4. That is how difficult it is. So I just want to know, like, what are they doing? Because it's not really about telling us to go. It's about making this thing. I know you guys, we have to also contribute, but we actually have to be safe. And we have to feel like, you know, it's bad enough that you are trying and it's almost like it's not counting. And then the stress is. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take the questions together so we can quickly answer.
Good morning. My name is Abdul Samad. And my question is, you look at the justice system and the rule of law in Nigeria.
Are they directed to anyone? Just generally.
So if you look at the justice system and the rule of law in Nigeria, we talk about holding government accountable. I feel like, don't you think that it has been an impediment to helping us realize an accountable government? That's what happened with CJM. Do you think that the justice system and the rule of law has been an impediment to realizing an accountable government?
All right, thank you. And the lady behind this.
Good morning, I'm Vanessa Osaibe. My question is, we know that over 51% of registered voters are youth, and of which majority are students. Currently, we know there's an ASU strike, and as of this morning, I read on the news that we have about 22 million registered voters who are at home, and majority of these people actually registered at, that is in their schools, or places closer to their school. Now, don't you think this already has disrupted we holding government accountable?
Alright, so let's start with the very first question. I'll just have one of the panelists answer that. And she asked about how to make the voting process more conducive, what is being done. I don't know if anybody can speak in terms of what INEC is doing in that regard, but if you have any information, please share that. Toya?
Okay. Let me say something. Yeah, where we are right now as a country, where you know, part of my language, we're a big mess. Now, we need to do everything humanly possible to get ourselves out of that mess. I'd like to congratulate you for actually waking up in the morning and going out that early 3 times to get your PVC. It shows that you care for Nigeria and you want to make a difference. So I will congratulate you for that. However, you know, the policy of government or the way these things are being run, a lot of times, like I said, it's because we have leaders who don't care about the people that they're serving. So because we want to change that, we need to beat them at their game. They are trying to make it impossible or almost impossible for people to do this thing. So in other words, we also need to tell them that we care so much. So we wake up, even if it's 4 a.m. to get where we need to go to and ensure that we collect our PVCs. If we need to stay there till 1 a.m., we will do that. We will make arrangements. So some of the things I've been telling my guys is, look, on that day, start getting water ready, start getting food ready. If you need to pack food, if you need to pack water, if you need to pack, wear comfortable shoes, you need to do that because they will do everything humanly possible to rig the elections. So you need to do everything humanly possible to make it impossible for them to rig the elections.
You know, you can't do same thing and expect different results, right? Maybe you have been voting a similar party or a similar kind of people. So imagine where you have to do your voters registration online after 2019, yes. Where you don't have to, you have the data connection. If we can vote Big Brother Nigeria online in millions, yes, we can do that. They are doing everything possible, as he said, to make sure they frustrate you. They once said we are lazy. We are not lazy, right? You have gone there. So it's about you now voting with a different mindset. I believe the Not Too Young to Run has given chance for emerging new leaders. I call them digital leaders. So you have the chance now, with that your voter's card, to change how things have been done. Try it this time around. Talk to your friends about it. Just try and vote new people, and you get new ideas.
New ideas.
The last time you have to suffer like this if you vote the right person, and you have alternatives out there, and of which I'm one of them. If I'm your president, when I'm your president,
we are not.
Don't worry. I'm a presidential candidate. Don't worry. You never have to suffer to get a PVC because your PVC will be digital in 4 years, and we should be able to vote online, vote in Nigeria, and people in diaspora. If you put these analog leaders back, suffer again in another 4 years.
So the next question that was asked was about justice and the rule of law, the justice system, in terms of being an impediment to holding our leaders accountable. He referenced the the current case of the CJN Justice Walter again going on right now, and I'm very sure there are many cases that we see here in my mix that we can pick that sort of make it look like whoever is in power is using the judiciary as a tool that is not actually making it easy for individuals to hold government accountable. And I think eventually they directed to you, so please go ahead and answer.
So what you have in the Nigerian judicial system is not justice, it's just us. It's not meant for a few people. The judges, there's something they say in Nigeria that you have to hire two lawyers. The one that knows the law and the one that knows the judge. It's the one that knows the judge that can win you the case. The one that knows the law is the one that will make the noise. There is no justice system in Nigeria, that's the truth. Justice has gone up for sale. I will say it again, I was the first person to issue a red flag on Sahara Reporters Day about the Chief Justice of Nigeria when they found millions of dollars in his account. The EFCC issued a statement that is not true, that we lied. When it was convenient for them to go after Omoyele, they suddenly found the document because they're in possession of it. But they need compromised judges to handle the election petition tribunals that will be coming, because that's the biggest market in the judiciary. The moment you're an election tribunal judge, you are going to make your billions from the cases that are coming up. That's what you're saying. But it's up to Nigerians, and I will say this again, this is an opportunity in a few days to get rid of the old brigade and put in place a justice system. It's not only the judicial justice system, it's a social justice system that will guarantee you a breathing space in this country called Nigeria has been strangulating you.
The other question was about students voting. Like she said, many students have registered around their schools, close to their schools, but ASU is currently on strike. And it's very likely that that strike will not be called off before we go to the election. So what do we do? I think the bigger question at the end of the day is, what do students do? Some people, as adults, have said, wherever you voted Thursday, travel there. I don't know how convenient it would be for many students to go back to the cities that host their schools in order to vote. But anyone who wants it, we can take a look at that. Toye?
I'll still speak to realizing that we're in deep trouble. You know,
people need to know.
We are, and I'll tell you why. I mean, just something about the justice system. I was just reading, you know, on my way to Lagos.
Instagram is deceiving people.
That is a present the lawyer was paid about 1.4 billion naira for court case or something. And I'm asking myself, you know, how does that work? You know, how did we get to this point where somebody will say he was paid 1.4 billion to do what? You know, of course it is to bribe people and to bribe the judicial system, but somebody is trying to use the law to suit himself, and Nigerians are keeping quiet. When he said Sahara Reporters decided to blow out the Chief Justice of Nigeria case, this came out and said it was, you know, it was not true. All of a sudden, there's a report that they also leaked and said that that he has the money he has in his accounts are proceeds of crime or of bribery and, you know, corrupt or illicit funds. We need to realize where we are as a people. Then, once we realize it, then if you know you have I know students who are on their way to their various schools presently, as I'm talking to you, just to ensure that they partake in the election. That is how serious some of them are taking it. Now, for the mere fact that some people have refused to do it does not mean that others are not doing it. So we need to focus more. My mentor said to me one time that it is not as if we don't have good Nigerians or good leaders, but the media and, you know, we, the followers, have focused more on the individuals who are not doing it, that we've forgotten that there are people actually getting these things done. Yes. So we need to tell the students who have decided that they are, you know, they are the biggest or the large chunk of people who have collected their voters that look, it is time for you to sacrifice. If you do not sacrifice for Nigeria, then you cannot blame anybody. You can't point fingers. That's the truth. So, INEC, like I said, has done something that will frustrate people. The federal government has also worked with INEC to do that. But we need to beat them at their game and actually go and actually vote. That's my take on it. Thank you.
Apologies, I know we want to take more questions, but time is not with us. I just want to remind all of us of just a few things before we leave. There are 84 million plus registered voters, and I hope that the majority of you in this room are registered and have your PVCs. There are almost 12,000 polling units, 91 registered political parties, and the elections are less than 10 days away. OBS equally talks about a 20-year cycle. If you're a student of political history and you look at other countries, you do see that there is an opportunity to develop and change. Nigeria is on the cusp of another 20-year cycle. The choice is yours, really.
And also, there is a new generation of Nigerians that are 2020, called the children of democracy. They are the secrets to defeating the old brigade. The thing that happened with ASU was planned by the federal government. They knew already that there are 22 million voters who are students.
Yes.
They had to keep you out of your school so that you don't vote. Because they know that these are the most angry Nigerians and you're about to punish them with your votes. But regardless of what they've done to you, please find your way to your voting polling booths and units and vote these guys out. They are the people who brought ASU strikes into this country. Vote them out. Vote out our people. Vote out our rallies.
Let's not all think that voting is the last responsibility we have as citizens. Voting is the easiest and the lowest hanging fruit in a democracy. If you're going to hold government accountable, either you voted for the person who wins or you didn't vote for the person who wins, you need to be involved after the elections. Democracy does not end when a winner is declared. So please, after the elections, be engaged, look up to EIE, Budget is doing a fantastic job, Tracker MG, shine your eye, let you know who your representatives are. Please go on these platforms. Citizen Gamble, they're all on social media, they're all young people oriented. You have the tools at your disposal. Please, let's use them. Thank you very much.
People are going to sit on that chair now.
And that brings us to the end of the program. So I think that's going again, which is going to be in a little while because we have a rally for the 2nd constituency. I'm still very interesting.